Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Benjamin, Branden, Spencer about Tell Me Lies coming September 7th to Hulu. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Benjamin, there's a lot kind of happening. One of my favorite components of this, of course, is the flashbacks. I think the show does an amazing job with the flashbacks. What's going through your mind where you're seeing that in the script, how the flashbacks are being used in the show?
Oh man, what's going through my mind? Like, oh man, Drew's in this. This is cool. Drew gets to be in the flashback. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what's running through my mind.
Absolutely. Branden, it's interesting because you look at a show like this and, you know, there's a lot of content we get to consume as a society. There's a lot of TV shows and movies, a lot of things you can kind of just throw on in the background while you're eating some pizza, checking out Instagram. This is definitely not the show for this. You have to be an active participant and you're going to miss something. So I'm just curious, what's it like working on a show where, you know, you're working on a show where the audience is going to be kind of doing like detective work the whole time, kind of figuring everything out?
Right. Yeah, it makes it more fun for us. You have the little intricacies that we get to play with and, you know, looks and stuff like the small little things that kind of, you know, make up daily life, but are a lot of fun for a show and to keep people engaged.
Absolutely. Spencer, the tension perspective of this show is massive. And, you know, we're thrown in right away where we know something's wrong and everything. With your character, what's that like kind of being part of that where you know something has happened and then, you know, minute by minute, episode after episode, you're kind of uncovering it, but it's still blurry here and there. Is it kind of interesting playing these blurry characters where you're not sure what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Wrigley thinks he knows what's going on. I think in the very beginning, he's one of the few that does. And, but you know, that's the truth starts to change, morph into different as Steven does his little antics, and so I think Wrigley thinks maybe he thinks he knows the truth throughout the whole thing, and you know, that might not be correct, but yeah.
And Ben, when people get to watch this show, what are you hoping they get takeaway wise from this? Because there is a lot happening. But is there anything specific you hope they get from this show when they watch it?
Just, you know, be careful with guys named Steven.
Great advice.
Try not to, you know, be in toxic relationships. And if you go to college, go to study.
What question for all of you? Like, that's the whole thing. Addresses toxic masculinity and everything. Was like evident, right? That was part of the show when you signed up for the show, right? Like that's
why I signed up.
Yeah,
definitely. It's pretty apparent from the beginning, so it's a good talking point.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't think it's quite singularly masculine though. I feel like there's a lot of toxic energy going on from almost every place. And you know, by the time you're halfway through the season, it's not even really coming from Steven all the time. It's everyone is kind of morphed into this, no matter who you are.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's a very good point. People are going to be able to see it very soon, September 7th. Thank you all for your time. It was really great chatting with you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.